Greetings from the son of Asgard.
What is up, you guys? This is All Danny Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you a build breakdown update for Thor. So let's go ahead and take a look at his traits. So he gets strength and energy as his two main attributes, and he automatically gains 5% brutal strike chance. And then in his primary resource, the middle box, he gains Odin Force. Charge Mjolnir with Odin Force using specific powers such as Son of Odin. Odin Force can be spent to enhance certain powers with additional effect and is required to activate most electric powers like Forked Lightning. And Odin Force cannot be regenerated naturally or any other way except for using your abilities, specific abilities that give you Odin Force. So Yggdrasil's boon on the right box, you automatically gain 1750 max health. Defense and deflex rating multiplier are increased by 20%. Defense and deflex rating are increased by 600 for its base. Close quarters, when you hit with a melee power, damage reduction is increased by 8% for 3 seconds. So for my abilities, I'm using Thunderous Charge, L2 Circle, my dash ability, Jumping Smite on Circle, Hammer Smash on Triangle, his Ragnarok on L2X, Son of Odin on L2 Square, Bring the Thunder on Square, his signature L2, the Anti-Force on L2 Triangle, Crack the Sky on X. And then for my talents, I'm using Building Power. When you use a power that restores your Odin Force, gain a stack of Runic Charge, buff effects, Runic Charge, electric power damage is increased by 5%, damage absorbed is 2%, crit hit chance is 2%, max stacks up to 3 times. And then the next one is God Force. The Anti-Force applies for Asgard. The Anti-Force has a cooldown reduction of 5 seconds, which is for your signature. Almighty Mjolnir. Son of Odin triggers a godly smite at your position and applies electrically charged to Mjolnir for 8 seconds. Buff effect, electrically charged, 25% chance on melee hit to deal 9749 to 14,623 damage. Hammer of Storms, you gain 100% crit hit chance. Godly Smite, electric damage, 25,810 to 38,714 electric damage. And then it costs 71.4 Odin Force cost. Thor, King of Asgard. While you have any Odin Force, you become imbued, gaining the following effects: 30% base health, 15% defense rating multiplier, 15% deflex rating multiplier, and you get 0.5% max health per second. And then the last one is Odin's Favor. Powers that generate Odin Force have their cooldowns reduced by 2 seconds and deal 30% more damage. And you get a max of 150 Odin Force. So for my synergies, I'm using Ant-Man, Ant-Man, Blade, Colossus, Gambit, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, Squirrel Girl, Storm, Thor, and War Machine. And then the next, Gambit, whoops, probably should not be using Gambit. I would be replacing Gambit with actually Black Widow. Or, yeah, Black Widow. I'll be replacing with Black Widow. Alright, anyways, so for my infinity points, I put my infinity points into energy right here. So that gives you more base damage increase right there. I only put up to 150 points because you don't really need any more than that. And then I put the rest of my points into Deep Thought for more Odin Force. So that way I wouldn't have to worry about spending a lot of Odin Force. I wouldn't have to worry about needing a lot of Odin Force or not being able to spam more points. So if you don't have 25 points to put into your main attribute, or if you just don't want to put anything into your main attribute, then I would highly suggest going into Deep Thought, because Deep Thought is going to let you use more of your abilities, be able to spam it longer. And then you can either do that, increase your brutal strike through, because your signature does auto brutes, or you can increase your crit damage. increase your signature as well, because your signature does really nice damage as well. Or you can get more survivability with micro warps or gravity well for the increased defense or health. And yeah, that's basically it. For my inventory, my gear is okay. Um, for my artifacts, I'm using Black Tom's Cosmically Enhanced Shillelagh. You get this from Juggernaut in the Church of Purification. This gives health, deflect, energy, power damage, and energy. And then while I'm in combat, I get an additional 150 Odin Force. And then I'm using Cargo's Rewrites. You can only get this through your shield supply box. So with this, it gives me crit. Whenever I crit hit, I get 5 Odin Force. When I'm defeated, I come back to life with full health and Odin Force for its 3-minute cooldown. But the most important thing is when you use a signet, you automatically get +3 to all attributes. So that right there is 24% base damage increase. And then when you use your signature, you knock back all enemies, and then they become stunned, and then they all get pulled back into the middle. And then I'm using Advanced Reserve Electrical Generator. It gives me Odin Force. When I critically hit, gain +3 Odin Force on hit for 8 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. When you stack up 3 times, then you gain an additional crit damage for 8 seconds. When you drop below 25% max Odin Force, you gain 30 Spirit Recovery for 16 seconds, 30-second cooldown. Defense rating and energy is you gain energy, so +1 to 4 energy, and then Odin Force cost reduction 5 to 10%. I'm using a complete Relic of Gibram because you get more Odin Force. The more Odin Force, the more you can spam your abilities. And then Mystical Energies. For the Catalyst, I got +3 energy, so this is a really nice Catalyst right here. You get regenerate 25% of your health up to 3,100 Odin Force when you use your med kit, +3 energy, which is your max amount you can get from the Catalyst. Gain a damage shield equal to 50% of your max health when you use a med kit. And yeah. So I'm using Dr. Doom's medallion. When you use your signature power, gain the strength of the power cosmic. And then what that does is it increases all your attributes by 1, and this gives me also crit hit rating. And then I'm using the Macron Crystal. The reason why I'm using Macron Crystal is because Thor is, with his build, it's ranged and melee and electric. He doesn't have energy in his build, so he gains Odin Force from it, health from it, increased damage rating, and crit hit rating. So 1500 additional crit hit rating, and then 5% chance to eliminate all enemies to the White Heart Room, which basically does what Scarlet Witch does. It evaporates enemies. And then for my stats, I'm at 34.3k of average effective health, 29% damage reduction, 2103 crit hit rating, 2759 crit damage rating, 1737 brutal strike rating, 3254 brutal damage rating, and 200% base damage. So I'm going to show you what each ability does. So I'm going to use my Odin Force first. So L2X comes up and does a nice AoE ability, and now I have full Odin Force. So this is X, nice AoE ability. This is Square, it does AoE and damage over time. And then this is Circle, jumps up and just does it's supposed to, oh yeah, it does. So it'll do AoE, a nice shocking AoE ability to enemies. Without Odin Force, it just does single target. And then Triangle, it's gonna do a straight AoE, straight lined electric ability with Odin Force. Without Odin Force, it's just you just hit with the single target. And then I'm gonna just go ahead and use up all my Odin Force real quick. Alright, so this is what circle and triangle do. Oh, I still have Odin Force. Oh well. Well, anyways, so L2 square gives you Odin Force back as well, so it'll give you full Odin Force. And then the next one is L2 triangle, which is your signature, gives you full Odin Force, and it gives you the buff effect. so now you do more damage. So here's what I normally go about with my rotation. If I don't have full Odin Force, I just use my Odin Force, one of my 3 Odin Force abilities, and then I use everything else I can.
I need but a moment.
And then I use my Odin Force abilities. Just keep spamming everything you can until you have no Odin Force, and then, or until you have about like 25% Odin Force. Use everything, boom, boom, boom. So this is, he does really nice burst AoE damage, and has really decent, I suppose, decent AoE damage over time abilities. But his burst damage is really nice, especially his signature, because I don't have a lot of brutal damage or crit damage, but I mean I can hit pretty hard with his signature. But yeah, that's basically it with his build. If this helped you at all, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions or concerns or anything, let me know down in the comment section or through my Twitter at alldayanyday1. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Like I said, if this helped you at all, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, this is All Day and Day 1 on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, and peace.